the meeting commences, could I please ask everyone to place themselves on mute until they've been invited to speak, if they are actually speaking today. Before the meeting commences, I would like to acknowledge that we are meeting on the land of the Bidjigal and the Gadigal people who occupy the Sydney coast, being the traditional owners. On behalf of Randwick Local Planning Panel, I acknowledge and pay my respects to the elders past and present, and the Aboriginal people in attendance today. Good afternoon and welcome to the Randwick Local Planning Panel meeting on the 12th of March 2026. My name is Julie Walsh and I'm the chair of today's panel. I'm also joined by expert members Elizabeth Kincaid and Away Paracha and community member Laurie O'Connor. Prior to the commencement of this meeting, all panel members were required to sign a declaration of interest in relation to each matter on the agenda. I can confirm that all declarations of interest have been received and that no conflicts of interest were identified. The signed declarations of interest will be available to view through Council's website by tomorrow afternoon. Do any of the panel members have any matters to declare? Mr. O'Connor?
No.
And I do not have any conflicts either. Today we have two items on the agenda, 25 to 27 Church Street, Randwick, and 57 Hannon Street, Maroubra. And in respect of each item, we have two registered speakers. Registered speakers will be given 3 minutes, and if the speaker has not concluded by the 3-minute bell, each speaker will be given 3 minutes to address the panel, and I may extend that for an extra minute. The panel has been provided with copies of all of the submissions received in response to the public exhibition of the applications. Therefore, there is no need for speakers to repeat all the points made in those submissions. Speakers should focus on the key matters they wish us to understand and consider, including any suggestions about how their concerns could be resolved. And I note that in respect of the two items on the public meeting, they're both recommended for refusal, and the summaries of the submissions are contained in the report. There are no representatives of the applicant registered in relation to either matter, so we'll hear from the members of the public and then move into closed session. After the speaker has addressed the panel members may ask the speaker questions to clarify any answers. Only registered speakers will be allowed to speak and respond to questions from the panel. Any person using defamatory or offensive language may be asked to leave the meeting, or the meeting may be adjourned. An audio recording is being made of this meeting, and we ask that speakers use the microphone on their device when addressing the panel to ensure that their comments are recorded. The audio recording will be available through Council's website by tomorrow afternoon. After all registered speakers have been heard, the panel will deliberate and vote on each matter in a closed session. So that brings me to the first application with registered speakers, which is DA D726, 25 to 27 Church Street, Randwick. And the first objector Elise Stitt.
Now joining.
Is Elise Stitt in the...
Yes, hello.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Hi. Good afternoon, panel members. I'm Elise Stitt of 638 Church Street, representing Strata Plan 3713, comprising of 81 households. I support more housing when it fits the planning framework and protects neighbourhood amenity. However, this proposal does not. My key concerns with the proposal and the concerns of my strata plan are on 5 points: parking inadequacy and clear non-compliance, height impact on future character and surrounding properties, green sustainable design is materially inadequate, solar access and separation causing unacceptable amenity impacts, and process gaps underscoring overdevelopment. So on the first point, the parking requirements are not met by proposal, and I believe this will put a undue strain onto street parking, which is already under severe parking pressure. I don't think this is an agreeable trade-off, and my proposal is that, or my suggestion is that there's an increase put to the amount of parking spaces, and if that requires a decrease in the amount of households, I think that is acceptable. The height impact will have, I think the height of the proposal will have an adverse impact on the community and the surrounds. There's incompatibility with the desired future characteristics of the surrounds. limitation on the outlook. I don't think it considers the future development of surrounding properties, including the addition of solar to properties, which I don't think has been brought up in previous complaints. And it encroaches on the surrounding properties with minimal upper setbacks. I think even with the height and floor space ratio headroom accepted by having it at 8 stories due to the low income housing proposal, I don't think the proposal itself considers the impact that height will have to the community and the streetscape and what that means for the people already living in the space. Solar access, the proposal has provided inadequate sun studies and it hasn't demonstrated the impact of the height of the proposal, and I don't think it is an acceptable amenity outcome for the community until this is being, unless this is being rectified. The sun studies aren't detailed enough to see what the impact of the building will be on surrounding properties, and also doesn't seem to address the individual needs of each of the households within the proposal itself. The green, in regards to sustainable and green design, the proposal falls short, including only 4 EV bays, not aligning to the government view on EV adoption. There's no rooftop solar or rooftop PV or solar of any kind. The inadequate deep soil and insufficient canopy landscape, I think, are going to lead to increased urban heat island effect. And there's no demonstrated rainwater reuse, ceiling fans, or double glazing, which will all put undue living stress.
Sorry, that was the 3-minute mark. I'll give you another minute to wrap it up. Thank you.
Thank you. Which will put undue stress on the residents in an unprecedented cost of living crisis. Additionally, the process gaps, the proposal is missing an adequate design analysis and capability studies, and I don't think this proposal is ready for approval, or especially for proposal of this precedent-setting site. I respectfully ask the panel refuse this proposal in its current form. The applicant may choose to resubmit following recommendations set out by the community and the panel. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll just check if anyone has any questions. Did you have any questions?
No.
Mr. O'Connor?
No.
I have no questions. Thank you for coming along and speaking today. The next speaker I have is Emmy Spanakis. Is this person present?
It's not in the list of names, but there are a number of mobile numbers.
Shall we move to the next item then? Yes. So I think if that person is not present, then we'll move to the next item. As I indicated, we've been provided with copies of all of the submissions. They've been summarised in the report quite comprehensively, I must say. So in those circumstances, we'll move to the next item, which is 57 Hannon Street, Maroubra, DA 1302 of 2025. The first registered speaker is Zayed McCricky.
Good afternoon. I'd like to thank the panel for the opportunity to provide an opinion on the development. I speak on behalf of other concerned neighbours. Our objection is based on significant concerns relating to overdevelopment, privacy, planning compliance, public safety, design suitability, and the over-reliance on mechanical parking systems. I believe the proposal represents a significant overdevelopment of the site and is inconsistent with the established character and planning intent of the surrounding area. The building height scale and overdevelopment exceeds 28 metres, which is inconsistent with the surrounding R3 medium density residential character of the local area. The size and bulk of the building is likely to create overbearing visual presence on the neighbouring properties, cause overshadowing and loss of residential amenities, result in privacy impact, particularly from elevated balconies overlooking adjoining properties. Due to its site scale and development appears significantly out of character to surrounding single and double-storey dwellings. The proposed development also deviates from the ADG guidelines of 12 metre setback from buildings over 6 storeys, with several windows appear located very close to the boundary. There is no visitor or access parking spaces indicated. We believe under the ADG 16 places are required and only 10 have been provided. The design relies heavily on mechanical car stacker systems and turntable. Should these systems fail or not be properly maintained, the effective off-street parking capacity could be significantly reduced, and this may result in increased demand for on-street parking along an already congested Hanan Street and surrounding streets. The overshadowing guidelines appear to be show limited impact on surrounding residents, with no overshadowing noted beyond Mason Street to the south. Other non-compliant concerns in point form include inconsistency with the intended zoning regulations, potential exceedance of floor space limits, concerns regarding building height, absence of visitor and accessible parking, insufficient residential provisions for parking, overdevelopment of 493 square metres, issues relating to front and rear setback compliances, potential pedestrian safety concerns due to failure to achieve the triangle sight distance on exit, the scale and visual impact of the building, privacy impacts, the proposal, the number of and nature of compliance issues identified suggests that the proposed development is not well suited for the site.
That's the 3-minute mark, so I'll ask you to wrap up within the next minute. Thank you.
Thank you. The proposal appears to rely on numerous performance solutions and variations of section 4.6 to address issues that would normally be resolved through a compliant design. I've tried to outline some of our concerns within a limited time frame. However, collectively these matters contribute to the concerns of the proposal development is significantly out of character with the surrounding single double-storey dwelling and does not meet the alignment with local planning objectives and expectations of the local community for a compliant design. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. I'll just check. Did you have any questions?
No.
I have no questions. Thank you for coming along and addressing us today. The second speaker in relation to this item is Matthew Malava. Or Maya, sorry.
Maya. Can I just confirm you can hear me today?
We can.
Great, perfect. I'll be quick. I'm pretty unfamiliar with these meetings, but I won't need a full 3 minutes. I just thought it was important, as one of the residents opposed to the development, that we were sort of represented. Thanks to the Gale Road guys for dialing in too, but thank you for your time. I have read over the application report, D8/26 on today's agenda, so I will avoid repeating anything, but overall, I do agree with the sentiment and the refusal itself. I do appreciate the time taken into consideration for my family and for our neighbours. As an owner in the area, I did want to reiterate that this development application is far from the desire and future character of the area. I see that referenced a lot. It is an area that we have to live for many years without significant change with our young children. If I can, though, again highlight the height of building map from section 4.3 of the Randwick Local Environmental Plan 2012. And it does state that the area has a maximum height of 9.5 in this address. I think any development over that height would have a direct impact on us. I apologise if I misinterpreted anything there, but I do very much appreciate your time today.
Thank you. I'll just check. Do you have any questions?
No question.
Thank you so much for coming to speak today. Did that first speaker who wasn't there reappear?
No one else has joined the meeting yet.
Okay, well that completes the submissions in relation to the two items before us today. In accordance with the panel guidelines adopted at the panel meeting on the 13th of December 2018, the public meeting will now be closed and the panel will deliberate and vote on each matter in a closed session. The outcomes from voting and determination will be made available through Council's website in the following days, and audio recording of the public meeting will also be made available through the Council's website. I'd like to thank my fellow panel members and the Council staff for their assistance today, and I declare the meeting closed at 1:17 p.m. Thank you.